As artists, there is a lot to do outside of the creation part of our work. Keeping organized is crucial, and metadata is one of those areas that just seems to get overlooked. Metadata is simply text, but it can be images too that describe your music. It's used every time you upload your music to a digital distributor like Spotify, Bandcamp, YouTube, and countless other channels, or if you have a sync licensing deal. It's vital to have your metadata organized and correctly cataloged, or you risk fewer streams, less engagement, lost revenue, and overall just a hindering of your marketing potential. I think it's the last thing you want after you've spent so much time getting ready for your release. So without further ado, let's jump right into this tool. Okay, so when you first click on the link, this is the screen you're going to see. You do need a free Gmail account or Google Drive account to use this. So just click Make a Copy. And once that loads up, you're going to see a screen that says Missing File Uploads Folder. Just click Restore here. We'll talk a little bit more about what that does later. Next thing you can do is go into the preview mode to explore this tool. So this is just the basic data that you need for your song. There's no real rocket science here. You already have this information, but what this is going to do is put it all in one place. So let's go through this tool together. So artist name. Let's say I'm the featured artist as well. Song is called My Song. The album title, my album. Let's say we released it at the beginning of this year. Now here's for the authors, other composers, and splits. So if you have worked with other people and already there's different ownership control as of the master, you can write that down here. But for the purposes of this, we're going to keep it simple and say that Joel owns 100% of the master and the publishing. Now, if this is part of an album, you can click the track number. So let's say this is song 5. Go next, and now we're going to enter the musical details. So let's say the song is 3 minutes and 30 seconds long. It's 120 beats per minute, and it is in the key of C. Next, you can write who the producer is. In this case, I'll say I am. And other musical contributors. Let's say I played guitars on it. And let's say we recorded this at Canterbury Music in Toronto. Next. Now, here's where we're getting into some additional metadata stuff that's particularly important for sync licensing. So there's 2 places where you can include genre. I have a huge list here, so you can edit all this, and I'll show you that after. But most of the styles are here. So I'm going to say country Americana as the first one, and let's see, country folk is the second. Next, we're going to go on to the tags and mood, and you can select as many as you want on here. I would say probably around 5 is going to be good. Let's say it's gentle light and happy cheerful and strange bizarre. Okay. And here's where we're going to select the instrumentation. Say there's acoustic bass, acoustic slide guitar, and there's a banjo. Okay, you can scroll through those. Again, you can edit these and add your own. And lyrics. So if you have lyrics, this will be important to paste in for licensing and sync. So just write lyrics here. And finally, this is getting into the copyright administration. So if you have it registered, these are the common PROs in Canada, the US, and the UK. If you are in a different country and would like to add your PRO, you're welcome to do that. Next is the neighboring rights associations. If you don't know what this is, you should look this up. This is essentially crediting the musicians who played on your recording, and it allows them a mechanism to collect royalties that they are owed. So in this case, I'm registered, and this is registered with MROC. So the final field here is the ISRC. If you're Canadian, you can get this from connect.ca. Click Next. Now, if you have a streaming URL, like a SoundCloud link or a Google Drive link, you can put that in here. Now, you can also actually upload the audio file too. I find this incredibly useful just to keep everything in one place. So you can click whatever your song is. And same with the artwork. We can just upload that right from our drive. And that's it. Now we submit it. Now, if we go back to the spreadsheet, we can actually rename it. You can rename it anything you want. Everything here is entirely editable. If you go to responses, what you can do next is click on the green icon here that says create a spreadsheet. And this will create a new spreadsheet that contains all the responses. That will be useful later on. But quickly, if we go back to the questions, you'll see that all of these are actually editable. So if there is something here that's missing for you, or something that you would like to change, or you would like to customize for your own workflow, you can go ahead and edit any of these, change these here to suit your situation. Now, back in our Google Drive, we see the Joel song metadata sheet, the form there rather, and we also see the spreadsheet. So let's open the spreadsheet here. And now we see all the responses that we have just put in, including a link to the streaming URL, but also the actual audio file, the WAV file, and the artwork. So it's all in one place. Because this is a spreadsheet, you have 100% control of this data. This exists on your Google Drive. It's totally independent of me or anybody else. And it contains all the information that you need for all the different channels that might exist, whether it's in sync, whether it's Spotify, YouTube, Bandcamp. This is your master database from which to copy all your other data. It ensures that you're not going to get anything wrong, that you're not going to misspell somebody's name, etc. So I hope this resource is really useful for you. I hope it keeps all your data organized. And if you do have sync opportunities, it's like all your data and all your information is right there and ready to go. Thanks again for downloading it. Let me know if you have any questions in the group, and I'll talk to you soon.